Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Staying 6 Feet Close. We hope that you are staying home, staying healthy, and staying safe, but we also hope that you're staying connected during this season to friends and family and just maintaining some of those social contacts in this season. We've got an exciting episode tonight. We have got Emme and her mom Laura on as guests with us, and we're going to play a game with them, which we borrowed from Jimmy Fallon that we are calling Ask Google Home, where we try to get Google Home to say random words. So that's a lot of fun. And then we're jumping into the start of our series on Mark and what does it mean to be a witness in our witness training series. So we're going to jump in. Hope you guys enjoy Staying 6 Feet Close. Hey, what's up, y'all? Glad that you're back with Staying 6 Feet Close. We've got Emme Bearden and Laura Bearden with us today, and we're going to be playing a game with them. It's from Jimmy Fallon, if you've watched any Fallon at home lately, and it's a game that we're going to try to get Google Home to guess a word. And so Preston and I are on a team. Emme and Laura are going to be on a team, and each of us is going to have a word. We cannot say the word. We just have to say something that makes the Google Home say that particular word. Okay, so we're going to jump into that. We didn't say who was going to go first. Rock, paper, scissors. Preston's got it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, man.
Nice.
All right, so y'all go first.
Okay, so your first word is going to be hamburger.
Can we discuss before we ask?
Yeah, so y'all discuss, kind of come up with your strategy, and then when you're ready, ask the Google.
I'm thinking like,
Can a cow?
no. I'm even thinking like, what's the top selling thing that McDonald's sells?
Or
Hamburgers. I would think Google would know that. You gonna ask it or am I gonna ask it? Okay. I hope our Google thing works. We tested it out earlier. Okay. Hey, Google, what is the top selling thing from McDonald's?
Here is some information from the web that might possibly help. French fries. On the website cheatcheat.com, they say, French fries. McDonald's French fries are the best-selling menu item of all time.
No! Fries? I would have totally gone for burgers.
Me too. I thought that was like a slam dunk when you said that.
And then it's French fries.
Wow, French
My
fries.
resources are wrong.
Okay, this is going to be harder than I thought because I thought that was like for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, my list disappeared. For our word, we have got volleyball.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so I'm thinking, like I almost thought about saying Texas was ranked number 1 in this sport, but I don't know where they ranked number 1 in the other sport this year.
Yeah. So you could do what is Wilson from Castaway.
Oh, that's good.
That's what I would do.
I like that.
Okay.
So who is? Okay,
Yeah.
You ask it.
No, what is? Oh, I'll ask it. Yeah, here we go. Do I have to say, hey, Google?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, Google, what is Wilson from Castaway?
According to Wikipedia, in the film, Wilson the volleyball serves as Chuck Nolan's personified friend.
Wow,
That was so good. Man, they have one.
Wilson. All right, yeah, it's 1-0, but trust me, your next one is easier than our next one. So your word is chicken.
That's what I would think. I wouldn't go with Bush's. I would go with like KFC because that's like more nationwide.
Okay, or what is it? Kentucky? No.
No, I would just say, what does KFC sell or something
What
like
is
that?
KFC known for?
Because you get one chance.
What do you want me to? known for, or so?
It's all in about the wording. If you say, I don't know, go with your gut this time because I messed this up last time.
I'll say known for because it's, I don't know. Because if it's so, it might do the whole
You just got to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey Google, what is KFC known for?
According to Wikipedia, KFC, also known as Kentucky Fried Chicken, is an American
There we
fast
go.
Got it.
Yes, we need you to stop. Yay!
Awesome. Well done. Our last word is giraffe. So,
Mhm.
yeah, because
we would have
You got
had
any-
that.
like how much can you explain? It's got to be simple.
Yeah, long-necked mammal.
That would get a lot of answers.
It's the longest.
What is the
Next to
tallest
him.
animal in Africa? But I'm not sure that's the right answer.
I would assume it is.
I think so too. Look, I'm just going for it.
Okay, you got it. Here you go.
Okay. Hey Google, what is the tallest animal in Africa?
Animals frequently mentioned on the web include impala, ostrich, cheetah, and others. Let me know if you want me to tell you more.
What?
No, Google, you did great. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. It didn't even answer the question.
Oh, there you
Wow. Well, okay. So it ended in a tie.
go. It did. Do we have a tiebreaker tie?
We can come up with one. I didn't come up with another one.
Penguin.
Penguin.
It's literally on my TV right now.
Yes!
Oh, they like penguin. Let's
I
try
like
that.
it. Okay.
We
Yeah.
like penguin.
Okay, so your word is penguin.
Because all the main characters are penguins.
Okay.
Just putting all the pressure on me. I don't like this. Okay. Hey Google, what are the main characters in the movie Happy Feet?
The characters in Happy Feet include Lovelace, Mumble, Ramon, and others. Let me know if you want me to tell you more.
I'm gonna need a little more.
But we
They
said
gave the names of the
They
people.
did. Oh my gosh. Okay, when you said characters, I totally thought that might
Yeah.
happen.
I thought animal needed to be in there.
I was thinking they'd go, they're penguins. Oh,
No.
Google.
Google and Alexa, they're the worst.
God.
Hey y'all, hope you enjoyed that. Anytime that we have gotten to do an interview or a game with some of y'all over this season, I'm just reminded how much we really miss y'all. And so we just want you to know we love you, we miss you, and we are always thinking about you and how we can stay connected to y'all. But as we jump into our series on Mark this week, I was thinking about spoilers and how much I truly hate spoilers. If there's anything I hate in the world more than anything, it's when you get into a movie or a TV show or a good book and you're really excited and then somebody steps in and just ruins something for you, ruins the ending. Like, I can remember one of the worst spoilers for me. I was in college and I was watching the TV show Lost, which you may not even know what Lost is, but at the time it was like one of the biggest TV dramas ever. And I was in college, it was in the last season, but I hadn't watched it before. So I was way behind, but I had just started watching, and so I'm in the middle of it. And I'll never forget, I was at Baylor with some friends, and we were sitting around talking, and they were talking about Lost. And one of my best friend, who knew I had just started the show, knew I wasn't that far in, he looks at one of the other girls in the group, and he said, "Oh my gosh," hey, spoiler alert, if you've never seen Lost, you're about to get a spoiler, but it's been a while. But he looks at this girl, and he says, "Oh my gosh, I cannot believe when Charlie died. It just devastated me." And I'm like, "Wait, Charlie dies?" And my best friend could not believe that he ruined that for me, because I loved Charlie. He's one of the most beloved characters on the show. He's just so relatable and lovable. I had no idea that he was dying. And so from then on out, every episode, I'm just like, oh great, this is the one where Charlie dies. And it just ruined the rest of the time that he was in the show because I was expecting him to die. Spoilers are the worst. But we're in the Gospel of the Gospel of Mark. And what's interesting about Mark is he starts with a spoiler. So if you've got a Bible, we're in Mark chapter 1. And the very first verse, Mark 1:1, says the beginning of the good news about Jesus the Messiah, the Son of God. Okay, so before you've read anything in Mark about Jesus, you've not been introduced to him, you haven't seen him do any miracles, and Mark just tells us that he is the Messiah, the Son of God. Just comes out and tells us that that's who he is. Boom, now you know before you've read anything, this big spoiler. And the question is why? Why does he start with this spoiler? Well, to find out, we're going to look at Mark 16. And in Mark 16, you jump to the very back of the gospel. This is the last chapter in the gospel of Mark. And it's after the cross. Jesus has been put in the tomb. And we're told that 2 Marys go to the tomb to anoint Jesus' body. But when they get there, Jesus is not there. They don't find Jesus. They find an empty tomb, and they find, it says, a young man dressed in white sitting on the stone, which had been rolled away. And this is what he says in Mark 16, verse 6. He says, "Don't be alarmed. You are looking for Jesus the Nazarene who was crucified. He has risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him, but go. Tell his disciples and Peter, he is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him just as he told you." So they go and they find this empty tomb, and they find this man. And this week, for us, is what's called Holy Week. And we're in the middle of Holy Week, which is the week leading up to Jesus' death. And on Friday is when Jesus is put on the cross and where he dies on the cross. And this is the week we remember that. But spoiler alert, he doesn't stay dead. This is where Jesus rises from the dead, defeats sin and defeats death forever, right? And so that he can offer us faith and hope. And this is the hope of the Christian faith, that there is a relationship with God that can be had, and that we have this relationship with Jesus when we place our faith in him. When we do that, we are set free from those things. We're set free from sin and death and temptation and the chains that hold us down. And we are given new life in him. Like, we get a clean slate. We get to start things over. And we're given this fresh new start on life. That's the hope that we have as followers of Jesus. And so we're starting this series called Witness Training. And we're looking at the Gospel of Mark, which is my favorite gospel. And hopefully throughout this series, I'll get to share a little bit of why. But we're starting at the very end today. And the reason that we're doing that is we're starting kind of with a spoiler. And Mark starts his gospel with a spoiler. And the reason he does that is because Mark is writing because he wants every one of his readers to become witnesses or to become disciples. But what Mark knows is to become a disciple, you have to know the story. And you have to know the end, and you have to know what you believe about Jesus. See, everything about being a witness or being a disciple begins with our relationship with Jesus. Everything begins there. Because if we don't know what we believe about Jesus, if we don't fully trust him and have fully surrendered to him, then we're not going to be able to be effective witnesses sharing the gospel if we don't really know what we believe ourselves. And so the gospel starts with the spoiler, with the Jesus story, that he is the Messiah, he is God. And this is what we believe as Christians, that he's God, that he's fully God, but he became fully man. He walked among us. He died on the cross to offer us forgiveness and freedom in him, but then he resurrected so that he could give us new life and that we could live in him and find freedom and redemption and fullness of life in Jesus. That's what we believe as Christians. And so we have to start there with what do we believe about Jesus? Who is Jesus before we can ever be effective witnesses? And so we just wanted to start there on this Holy Week to say we need to ask ourselves these questions of, as followers, who is Jesus? Who do we say that he is? Who do we believe that he is? Right? Have you placed your faith in him? Has he forgiven you? Has he set you free? Do you have new life in him? These are questions I want you to be asking yourself as we journey through the Gospel of Mark. And if you don't know that and you're asking those questions, we'd love to connect with you and talk with you more. If you're connected to our ministry, you can just reach out to me or one of our leaders. Just text us. You can ask us a question on our Instagram, or you can post a comment below. We'd love to talk to you more about who Jesus is. But that's the foundational start for what it means to be a witness, is you have to know, who do you say that Jesus is? Do you believe that he's the resurrected one? Do you believe that he's the Son of God, come to set you free and give you new life? If you already know the answers to that question, I hope that you'll stick with us as we jump into Mark. We're going to dig deep into what does it look like to be a witness? What does it mean to be a disciple? But today we just start with that simple question: who is Jesus, and what do you believe about him? But hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope that it encouraged you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we would love for you to subscribe so you can watch all of our videos as we release those. And also follow us on our Instagram page. There's the handle for that. And we would love to have that conversation and you to see what we're doing over there as well. We've also got a Bible reading plan I've been telling you about. It's still not too late to jump into that. You can find that in our bio, the links in our bio on the Instagram. But we would just love to read scripture with you. But until next week on Staying 6 Feet Close, stay safe, stay healthy, and we love you. We'll see you next week. Bye.